Would you please take your seat?
Why, yes, Mr. Miyamoto.
Yes.
Okay.
Here. Here.
Yeah.
Here, let me help you with that. Here.
Okay.
Here, I'll help you set up your chair. Okay, that did not work.
Oh, God.
This guy just needs to.
The nerve of this guy.
Let's just
Here, sir, there's a seat right here. Yeah. Because why is the frame of his store pink and black?
We can't afford the textures. We can't afford Source. It's $10. It's too much. I've been
Why
trying.
is there a flag of South Korea there? This is the U.S.
Here, let me do a roll call. Okay, here, let me see here. Poop. Okay. That's roll call. Okay, today we're learning about John. He's a classic.
I hate the name John.
Do you know who John is? Okay. I'm going to educate you about Mr. John Holt. He was born April 14th, 1923 in New York. You won't believe what state he was born in. Can you guess?
New York?
Raised in New England, Holt graduated from Yale University in 1943 with a degree in engineering. Despite his excellent academic record, Holt came to consider his experiences in formal education very worthless, concluding that most of his learning had happened outside the classroom. After Yale, he joined the Navy. Okay, I was not paying attention. Was this close before? An example of his ideology. So he was like, oh man, this right here, it's bigger, so maybe it, of course it holds more water, but it's got holes in it here. So some of that water's getting left behind. Not only that, the water in there isn't very worth something. Whereas the water in this, for homeschool education, may not hold as much, but it has no holes in it. Is this a good analogy?
No, that analogy is awful.
One of his first book, How Children Fail, written in 1964. Oh yeah, I forgot he's not on the board. Here, I'll take away your seat real quick. Don't walk up here and sit on John. Just stay where you are. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Very simple directions. Okay. Holt's first book contended with that compulsory schooling destroys children's native curiosity and replaces it with self-conscious and fearful desire to please the teacher. His How Children Learn, which was written in 1967, contrasted the informal education children receive in the home with compulsory school education. So is it... Holt's critiques of the educational establishment developed in those books and elsewhere were unpopular with his teaching colleagues and superiors, though he became a mainstream figure in the mid-1960s. He left teaching in 1968 to lecture at the Harvard Graduate School of Education and the University of California. How are you enjoying?
I just blinked. I blinked, and these are all here, Mr. Miyamoto. I swear.
Have you been paying attention?
Yes.
Okay, so where did he go to in Massachusetts?
He went to the Siegel Foundation.
Holt's views became more radical in the 1970s. His optimism that school could be improved through a variety of reforms changed to pessimism in 1970 when he met and studied the writings of the philosopher and social critic Ivan. I'm not going to give you his last name because it's funny. Who held that the concept... You look very threatening right now, I'll not lie. Ivan held that the concept of mass education was inherently self-defeating. Holt also became more outspoken critic of the Vietnam War and refused to pay taxes. He worked to build bridges between disparate subgroups within the homeschooling movement, such as Christian fundamentalists, Mormons, Adventists, and secularists. But by December 1978, when Time magazine published an article on homeschooling and Holt appeared on the Phil Donahue show with the homeschooling family, he had again gained the attention of the American mainstream. Holt's final years were largely spent securing homeschooling's legal foundation through frequent appearances before courts and legislatures and at rallies across the United States. John Holt died of cancer on September 14th in 1985. You know, I personally disagree about I think homeschooling, yeah, it's better for individualism. I think it can help educate children better in some ways, but I don't think it helps with social education. You brought a dog to class?
He just followed me. It's not my fault.
He's gonna ruin the classroom.
Mr. Miyamoto, with all due respect, your classroom is terrible as is. I think he's improving it quite a lot.
Oh, does that work perfectly on your screen, or is that an error?